All right. So maybe y'all can hear me now. Can you hear me now? No, no, not IG. So I'm simulcasting. So I'm on YouTube. Um, so I don't think they can hear me. There we go. We good. We goodmoney.com. Appreciate you. All right, good. We good. We good now. Y'all can hear me now. So I gotta say that I gotta do the whole thing over again. All right. So welcome to the Ash Cash Show. We gonna get this right because I'm in a remote location. So y'all know normally, I'm in my location, but I'm in a remote location. And so now, all right, Samaya Hill on YouTube checking out. Appreciate you. Welcome to the Ash Cash Show every Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go to the AshCashShow.com, subscribe to the podcast. Go to AshCashTV.com, subscribe to the YouTube channel. So I appreciate y'all. So yeah, IG Live is always on point. So yeah, IG Live is the studio audience though. You know what I'm saying? So y'all get the first hand, the raw. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all for always rocking with me. All right, so here's I wanna talk about today's daily word, today's word of the day, and today's word of the day um is about focus, or what you're focusing on, right? And my message today is clear. Please, please, please stay in the light. That's it. Stay in the light, right? Stay in the light. MJ DeSoul says Robin Hood under investigation. FBI investigation. Yeah, I see that. I see that. I don't know. That's out to them. But but today's daily words is dedicated to staying in the light. And I posted this earlier, and I said when you focus on the good gets better. And the reason why that's important, especially in these times, and I guess it's just gonna have to be a friendly reminder to myself, to everybody, right? It has to be a friendly reminder that even like as you're in this space, um, currently, even before COVID, though, to be honest, right? I think we're using, and I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it to take it lightly, because there is a global pandemic happening. You know what I'm saying? There is things that are uncertain, but to tell the truth, things have always been uncertain. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, you know, Feb Creator says we can hear. Yeah, Ziva's outside. That's my Rottweiler. Um, but you know what I'm saying? To be honest, he sounds like our dog. He's trying to get your attention. Nah, he is. Yeah, yeah. Ziva, she is. She's definitely. If I let her in right now, she's gonna be jumping all over me. So she's trying to, get my attention. But, um, I think that things have always been uncertain. Like things have always been uncertain. There's never been a level of certainty. And honestly, I think this is just revealing to us that what we were leaning on was not solid. That's all, right? Because what's different now? Like what's honestly different? Like yes, there's a pandemic. Yes, we got to be careful. Yes, we got to be cautious. But wasn't that always the case, right? And a lot of times, we were leaning so much on like material things. We were leaning on our jobs. We were leaning on people, right? We were leaning on things that made us feel safe. It made us feel secure. Um, and to be honest, there's never been a time like I was reading something yesterday that talked about the Spanish flu, right? The Spanish flu was came out in 1918, right? And it was part of the pandemic. It was part of the pandemic. Do you realize 100 years later, the Spanish flu still is around, right? Like the Spanish flu is still around. 100 years later, people are still dying from the Spanish flu. We don't call it the Spanish flu no more. We call it flu season, right? So when flu season comes, some people take vaccines, or flu shots, right? They take a flu shot, and in the flu shot, some it helps people, some it doesn't help people. But every blessed year, people are dying from the flu. Facts, though. Like it's big facts. Every single year, people die from the flu, right? And that's the same flu. They called it something different, but it is the same flu that they had in 1918. Look it up. Don't listen to me. Look it up. Right. So you got the same exact flu that was around in 1918. That's still around 100 years later, and we was walking around like everything is all good. Nobody was being careful. It was different strands. Like people were just, was just, like people were living life, right? And so why is COVID-19 different? Because the media is hyping it up, because it's attached to, it's being politicized. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes when I say like, be optimistic, or, stay in the light, or, this is going to be one of the best times ever, I see the comments, you know what I'm saying? I see the comments, I follow other people as well. And I see, there's a lot of people who are like in that doom and gloom type of space. And I just want to say, stay in the light. You know what I mean? Stay in the light. When you focus on the good gets better. That's it. Right? When you focus on the good gets better. COVID-19 is probably not going to go away next year, right? It's probably going to be around, and you got to just take the precautions, right? You just got to take the precautions. And at the end of the day, I think that the other thing that we need to focus on is that just think about this from this perspective, right? That if you are holding on to things that are not tangible, right? Meaning that you feel secure because you have money. You feel secure because you have a job. You feel secure because you have status, or you have material things. Those things are temporary, and that's what this pandemic, or this pandemic, Francois, I see you, has really kind of showed us. Is that these things that you're holding on to is temporary. And so for every day, I just say thank God. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I stress to everybody that you have to be putting out your be your best self, right? You have to be your best self. You have to understand that waking up every day is is the blessing, and everything that you do after that is the bonus. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And like we cannot escape death. And so I want us to almost embrace it, because it's going to happen, right? Not embracing it in a way where we're calling it upon us. But at the end of the day, when your time is up, right? Who would have thought Kobe would have died, right? Who would have thought that Chadwick Boseman would have died? You know what I'm saying? Like so you are coveting life, right? You're coveting life as if you're gonna be here tomorrow, right? Like, and I'm not trying to scare nobody, but we worried about COVID. A meteor, like an asteroid, could hit the Earth today, and it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like an asteroid could hit the Earth today. I'm talking about like while we talking, an asteroid could just straight hit the Earth, and then it's over. Like we done. And then what? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then what? Like, are you afraid of that happening? And if you're afraid of that happening, then there's deeper work that needs to happen, right? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the deeper work that needs to happen. The work that says, you know what? I'm talking about releasing everything, though, not like everything, like life and death. And that's why I say, I'm like, you gotta be working towards your legacy. Like, this is not a money play. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, while I'm living on this earth, I want to max out my full potential. Yes, I want to make as much money as possible so I could pass that down on to my kids, and then they could do the same thing for their kids and build generational wealth. Like, yes, I want to do those things. But at the same time, I am surrendering to my higher power. Right, and that's why everything is in God's will. Right, if I say I see you tomorrow, God willing, in God's will. Right, however you want to say it. Right, because at the end of the day, there's a higher power. And I want you to just stay in the light. I want you to understand that when you focus on the good gets better. I saw this quote. I was actually gonna post, and I still may post it. I was actually gonna post it, but I saw this quote that said, "You were so busy. Some people were so busy trying to be strong that they forgot to be happy." Bars, right? And I'm gonna say that again. Some people were so busy trying to be strong that they forgot to be happy. And I think strength is one of those things that's like overrated. Is like, I'm praying for strength, like God give me strength. You know what I'm saying? And it's like overrated because I think strength is or asking for strength or trying to be strong is an ego based thing. Because if you understand your higher power, if you understand and trust God, then you don't got to pray for strength because you are divinely blessed and protected. Like I don't I'm not praying for strength. I'm not praying to be strong because I'm divinely protected, and I know that. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't like it's like somebody got security and they're like, man, I hope nothing will happen to me. Like you walking around with security. So how you hope nothing happened to you and you got security? So the same thing, right? Like why am I walking around fearful? Why am I walking around afraid? Why am I walking around, asking for strength when I already know when I woke up that if God woke me up, God put me in a position, that I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed. And so if I'm blessed, why am I focusing on negative things? Why am I looking at what could possibly go wrong? Why am I not focusing on the good? You know what I'm saying? Facts out to Dr. Peoples, right? Just to be alive is strength. Big facts. To be alive, to be here. You know what I'm saying? Is strength. You know what I'm saying? So, and facts out to Joy Warrior, right? I do not pray for strength. That opens the door for a lot of trials. Exactly. Right? Like if you're praying for strength, then you're gonna have to be given things to be strong for. You know what I'm saying? So just like let go. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Relax or resist. Your choice in life. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a choice. You really have a choice. You can relax or you can resist. And I tell you, life is better when you just relax. You know what I'm saying? Life is better when you relax. Life is better when you stay in the light. Life is better when you are, focused on the things that you can control. Right? If there's things that you don't like or whatever, and you want to change them, like you have the power to do that. If you can't change it, then just let it flow. Right? Surrender to your higher power. So you know what I mean? So that's it. Yeah, fast out to Freedom Life lifestyle coach. Strength is overrated. That's a big fact. Like because and this is the reason why I think strength is ego based, right? Strength is ego based because I feel like trying to look strong, trying to prove who you trying to prove to though is what I'm asking. If you want to be strong, who are you trying to prove it to? You trying to prove to your family that you're strong? You trying to prove to people outside that you're strong? You trying to prove to your social media friends, your family that you're strong? Yo, I got this. I don't know. Because if you're divinely protected, then I don't have to prove nothing to nobody. Because my strength don't come from me. My strength come from my higher power. You know what I'm saying? Come from my ancestors. You know what I'm saying? So if I understand that, who I gotta prove stuff to? You know what I mean? Like why I gotta prove, I'm guarded and protected. Always. From birth, guarded and protected. You know what I'm saying? And so, just keep that in mind, right? Especially those who are, always in the position of trying to be super person. You know what I mean? Women specifically, but us men as well. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to have this superpower. Like, you want to walk around like, I'm tough. Like I'm built tough. Like I promise you, like I don't need to, you know what I'm saying? Like if you see me in a fight with a bear, pray for the bear. Like, but I don't gotta walk around poking the bear though. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I don't gotta walk around poking the bear. Like, you see me in a fight with a bear, pray for the bear. And then I walk around looking for bears, poking bears. Like, yo, bear, where you at? Nah, like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So I'll leave it there. That is the daily word for today. When you are, when you focus on the good gets better. You are let me take a picture of this 'cause I like that. You are so damn dope at your craft, bro. I appreciate you. That means a lot. Thank you so much. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. Um, all right, Brax Rich in the building. I see you, Brax Rich. All right, so let's start. Let's focus on this news. Um, today, as the close of market yesterday, Nasdaq was up 0.98%. S&P 500 was up 1.53%. Dow Jones Industrial Average was up 1.58%. Gold was down 1.50%. 10-year Treasury was down 2.90%. Oil was down 2.88%. And so the S&P 500 has now climbed 9 out of 10 of the trading days, so it's doing well. And then the Dow Jones, which has a new look, they closed above 29,000 for the first time since February. You know, as far as COVID-19 goes, hot spots in the South are declining while outbreaks in the Midwest are up. The CDC has told all of the United States to make preparation to distribute a vaccine to health care workers by early November. And so they say they have a vaccine. They're taking away all restrictions, and they say the vaccine should be available by November. So God bless everybody who's taking it in November. Please let me know how it works out. But salute to them there. All right, and so good news for those who are. Elegant Eleanor said, "Wow, that soon? Yeah, by November they ramping it up. They are ramping it up. All right, so good news for schools in NYC is remote learning only. Yeah. I think they pushed it back for 10 days, or I don't know if they came out with something that's saying that's what's going to be permanent. But good news for those who may not be able to pay their rent. And so President Trump enacted an emergency order to prevent evictions for the rest of the year. And so there's an emergency order that is going to prevent evictions through December 31st. And so Insurance and Style says that's an election ploy. Potentially, but it's still, will benefit 20 million people. You know what I'm saying? So potentially that is an election ploy. But if you don't, I mean, whether you want to or not, you're going to take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? If you fall under that category. So more than 20 million renters live in households that have experienced coronavirus-related job losses, and the Aspen Institute estimates. And so Congress's March relief package gave renters some insulation from eviction, but those protections have expired. The CDC is worried about the crush of renters losing their shelter and spreading COVID-19. And so the protection is only available to certain renters. So those with an expected income of less than $99,000 and who can show they've suffered financial losses because of the pandemic, among other qualifications. And so tenants. Not the eviction, the vaccine. Oh, got it. Because sometimes I got it. You're saying that the vaccine is an election point. I get it. Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. They rushing the vaccine. No, thank you. Nah, okay, I get it. I'm sorry. Sometimes it's the comments are delayed. But the tenants and landlord organization are actually on the same page. And so tenant advocates, they cheer the move because they said that what's really needed is financial assistance, so renters don't get stuck with a giant bill on January 1st, right? Because that's the other thing you got to think about is that if you can't pay it, what's going to happen, come January 1st, you're going to have the back rent. You know what I'm saying? So, so salute there. The landlord groups are also want financial assistance because if you're a landlord or if you understand that process, even if somebody's not paying rent, you still gotta pay your insurance. You still got to pay taxes. You still got to pay, you still have payroll if you're a landlord. And so if nobody's paying rent, then, you gotta take a look at that. Um, I saw this news yesterday, and I found this was interesting. But Tulsa massacre survivors are suing the city nearly 100 years after the attack, and so nearly 100 years after white mobs slaughtered black residents and destroyed a prosperous black business district in Tulsa, Oklahoma, survivors of the massacre and descendants of the victims filed a lawsuit against the city and others on Tuesday, saying they must be compensated for the losses they endured. So Greenwood was once a booming business district in Tulsa, comprising some 100 comprising 40 blocks of restaurants, hotels, theater owned and run by black entrepreneurs. But in 1921, domestic terrorists destroyed it. It was a white mob enraged after a confrontation with an armed black Tulsan trying to save a man from being lynched. Decades later, Greenwood is now only half a block, according to lawyers for the plaintiff, and who accused Tulsa officials of appropriating the massacre and decrying the horrors of the past while trying to turn what remains of the district into a tourist destination. So the lawsuit was filed in Tulsa County District Court. It named 7 defendants, including the Tulsa County Sheriff, the Oklahoma National Guard, and the city's Chamber of Commerce. The sheriff's office and spokesperson for the mayor of Tulsa, G.T. Bynum, declined to comment. So yeah. So that's good. We want to see what happens there. And speaking of lawsuits, Breonna Taylor's boyfriend has filed a civil complaint against the Louisville police and the city. And so the boyfriend of Breonna Taylor, the Louisville woman killed in a hail of gunfire during a late-night raid earlier this year, filed a civil lawsuit Tuesday against the city and department. Kenneth Walker has already sustained lifelong trauma, still fears harm from those who considered him a danger and seek to take his freedom away, according to the complaint filed by his lawyer, Steve Romains, in Jefferson County District Court. Louisville Police Sergeant Lamont Washington told NBC Tuesday they do not comment on pending litigations. The county attorney who represents the city in civil litigations did not immediately respond to requests for a comment. A spokesperson for Mayor Greg Fisher declined to specifically address claims in the civil complaint. We've not seen the lawsuit and cannot comment on the specifics of pending litigation, Fisher's director of communication, Gene Porter, said in a statement. But as the mayor has said, Breonna Taylor's death was a tragedy, and justice, peace, and healing are what is needed for her and her loved ones and our community. Taylor Walker, who Breonna Taylor was a former EMT, they were in their apartment just before 1 a.m. On March 13th. When 3 plainclothes officers with Louisville Metro Police Department arrived to execute a search warrant in a drug case. They refused to answer when we yelled, "Who is it?" Walker told reporters Tuesday on the courthouse steps. 15 minutes later, Breonna was dead from hail of police gunfire, and I was in police custody. Romain said the defendants have to be held liable for a botched raid. So salute there. I love this story because, when I think about, the continent of Africa, there's definitely things that can continue to happen. And so, Akon, I like CNN called him an R&B singer, so I'm not even going to disrespect him and only call him an R&B singer. So I'm going to say entrepreneur, legend, businessman Akon. Music executive Akon is building a real-life Wakanda worth $6 billion in Senegal. And so the award-winning R&B singer Akon is going ahead with ambitious plans to build a futuristic city in Senegal that he says will be a real-life version of Wakanda, the high-tech nations portrayed in Marvel's blockbuster Black Panther. On Monday, Akon, real name Aloim Damala Bandara Akon Thaim, laid the first stone for Akon City in Budayin Park, 100 kilometers from Dakar, the country's capital city, and said work would begin next year. We are looking at Akon City to become the beginning of Africa's future, he said at the ceremony, also attended by Aloum Sarr, Senegal's Minister for Tourism, and other government officials. Our idea is to build a futuristic city that incorporates all the latest technologies, cryptocurrencies, and also the future of how African society should become in the future. According to its official website, the solar-powered city will have healthcare facilities, offices, luxury homes, shopping malls, skyscrapers, and eco-friendly tourist centers. It will be 5-minute drive from the country's new international airport. The singer was gifted 2,000 acres of land, right? The singer was gifted 2,000 acres of land by Senegal President Macky Sall to build the ambitious city. Akon also said he was raised part of the $6 billion required to do so through unnamed investors. He first announced his idea for the idyllic city back in 2018, where compared it to the fictional technology advanced nation of Wakanda portrayed in Black Panther. So that is like dope. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. I'm looking forward to that. Yo, Akon hit me up. I got a couple of dollars. I mean, I got $1,000 I could invest. You know what I'm saying? In the $6 billion. So hit me up. I got $1,000 for you. Fat shout to you. All right, cool, y'all. So I'm gonna open it up for any questions that you guys may have. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope, please put your questions in the question box. If you're watching on Instagram, please put your questions in the question box to the right of the comment box. So salute. Yes. All right, so salute there. Fast shout to Samaya Hill, Annette Randall Coney, Guerra Hernandez, or Henderson, I'm sorry. On YouTube, salute to the check-in. My queen sis, Adrienne Michelle, on the check-in. Fast shout to Guy Jazzy Rainey on the check-in on Facebook. Blaze Too Hot on Periscope. Salute. All right, so I'm opening it up for any questions that you guys may have. Please put your questions. This is the Ask Ash Cash segment of the show. Please put your questions in the question box so I can answer them there. Salute to the King Akon, for what he's doing with Wakanda for real. Sue them backside. Yes, last king on earth. Yeah, so, fast shout to, Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, Mr. Walker, for the suit, suing the police department, Mr. Kenneth Walker. So sue them. All right, cool. So we got some questions coming up. Bagura party, what? Bang you a party of three. Bang you a party of three says, when building your credit, your business credit, when building your business, credit or your own money. Okay, so I get it. All right, so when building a business, credit or your own money. So it depends. That's a good question, right? And it really depends. I am not a fan of owing people money, right? So I am not a fan of owing people money. And so if I'm building a business, before I start borrowing money, I want to prove my concept. I want to make sure that I'm not going to borrow somebody else's money and how do you say it? I don't want to experiment with other people's money. Because at the end of the day, even if I got the money, I'm going to need to show and prove because I'm going to have to pay that money back. Unless it's a scholarship, unless it's a grant, unless I hit the lotto, which is my money if I hit the lotto, right? Any money that you get from somebody else, you're going to have to pay back. And so I do not want to have to pay back money that I'm not sure of. So I always say that it's best to prove your concept first. I would say to start with a minimal viable product. Start with something that allows the consumer to buy your product or service to see if it's viable or not. And try to just sell the most of that first. And then if you're looking to scale the business or you're looking to make the business bigger, then I would borrow only if you have proven the concept. So I'll give you a prime example of what I mean. Let's say somebody wanted to open up a fashion boutique, right? I wouldn't borrow money and then just start to open up a fashion boutique and just focus on the boutique if I don't have a fan base first, or if I don't know that this fashion boutique is going to do numbers. And so what I would probably do is I would open up an online boutique first, right? So the same place or the same ways you would get your clothes once you open a fashion boutique is the same way you should get your clothes when you open your online store. Instead of opening up the brick and mortar, you take some nice pictures, you put your stuff on display, you start marketing yourself the same way you would market yourself if you had a brick and mortar, and see, do people like your service? Do people like your clothes? Are people willing to spend money on it? And if they are, right, if they are willing to do that, then build your online store to the point where you're now making enough money so that if you wanted to open up the brick and mortar, you could. And then secondly, someone will be willing to give you money because you've already proven that you can make money. And so I do think that you can use credit because credit can help you build your business. But I don't think that should be the first, your first step. In fact, it's more difficult to get a loan when you're a startup anyway, if you haven't proved the concept. So, when I was a banker, if anybody wanted a business loan, they had to show at least 2 years of tax returns. So we wanted to see 2 years in a row that you were making money, you were killing it. So that's what I would do. I would focus on building a minimal viable product first, and then once you have the minimal viable product, then I would see whether you need the money or not, right? Because sometimes you may not need the money, but then I would test to see if I need the money or not. Appreciate the question. All right, where we at? PK Dixon in the building. Salute. AUE Locks says, any suggestions or strategy for leveraging a VA loan? So I think a VA loan, works the same way. So, right, VA loans, you could buy a home with the VA loans. Sometimes you could potentially get a loan, start a business, right? There's stuff that you could do. As it relates to homes, same. I think somebody asked me this yesterday, and same advice I would give, that if you could get a VA loan to buy a property, I would potentially buy a multifamily property, live in one part of the property and rent out the other. So that way the property can become income producing for you immediately. And that's one strategy that I would take a look at. Same strategy if you're taking out a VA loan for potentially doing any business ventures. Make sure you prove the concept first and foremost. Fast shout to Noble Phillips. He says, so do we start pooling income fund to help donate to ACON? Facts to that. You know what I'm saying? We should definitely start, pulling our money together to start, supporting ACON. And I'm serious though. Like once it starts jumping, I definitely want to find a way that I could start investing into it. You know what I'm saying? Like I would definitely want to start doing that. Smagu says, Ash, thank you for always dropping wisdom. Can you talk a bit about the term options in stock trading and how to get involved in purchasing options? I appreciate that. So this Friday actually. So my guy Chris Cole, salute the king, Chris Cole, he's an options trader. He's a wizard as it relates to options, as it relates to cryptocurrency as well. And he's dropping a program that I'll be tapping everybody into, shortly. But when you think about options, what options are is it's like a bet almost. And so I'm all right. So fast out to my Harlem folks out there. I'm gonna tell you. I should write a book about options using CeeLo. And so if you know how CeeLo works, CeeLo or Craps, right? Craps, right? They call them Craps, but CeeLo is a game that you do with 3 dice, right? You take 3 die, is what they call it, right? Shout out to those 19 families who purchased 90 acres of land in Georgia. Salute. I'm gonna look into that too. Fast shout out to that. But when you have a dice, right? When you have CeeLo, you have 3 dice. You roll the 3 dice, right? And in order to win, whoever has the highest number wins, right? And so it goes from 1 to 6. And it's 2 numbers plus the last number, and like two of the same numbers, and whatever you get as the last number is your number. So if I roll a dice and I get 2 5s and a 1, then I aced, right? So because a 1 you automatically lose, right? And so if you have a 1, then you lose. Then you have a deuce, you have a tray, you have a 4, you have a 5, you have a 6. Anybody who shoots the 6, you know what I'm saying? Is that's your point. You know what I mean? That's the number that you have. And the goal, no matter how many people are rolling, the goal is to have the highest number. Automatic wins if you have 4, 5, 6. Right? If you have a 4 and a 5 and a 6, if you roll 4, 5, 6, you win automatically. If you got trips, right? If you got 3 of the same numbers, you win automatically, right? If you roll a 1, you lose automatically. If you do a 1, 2, 3, you lose automatically, right? And so head crack, 4, 5, 6 is what we would say head crack. So a lot of times though, there are people that are playing in the game, right? There are people that are playing in the game, and those people are betting live and direct. All right, you know what I'm saying? I got the bank. I roll first. People roll after me. Whoever have the highest number wins, right? You roll a 4, 5, 6, you get the head crack, right? So here's what an option is. So y'all wondering where I'm going, right? Here's the options though, and this is simple options. Is that while there are people playing the game, there's always, if you ever went to a dice game anywhere in America, if you go to a dice game, you got the side bets, right? Yo, bet 5, you on 4 better. Bet $10 this person ace. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you got the side bets. So these people aren't even playing. These people aren't rolling the dice. These people are watching, and they like, yo, this guy is hot, so I'm going to put my money on this guy, right? Bet 100, he 4 better. Bet 100 when he roll that dice, he going 4 better, right? And so that's what options are, right? That's what options are. Options are the side bet. People who are investing their money in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, right? Those are the people who are in the game. But when you're investing in options, you're betting on the stock. You're on the side and you're saying, I bet you Apple goes up by this. I bet you Apple goes down by this, right? And so that's your options, right? That's how your options are your side bets. But again, I hope that made sense. But again, I have somebody, right? So side bets, but don't hold equity in the game, right? They're not in the game. They're just betting on the highs and lows. So salute Wall Street Philippe. But like I said, I do have, my guy Chris Cole, who is a wizard as it relates to options. He's going to be tapping into our community soon with how to get started. So stay tuned there. So I appreciate that question. All right. Oh, I might have to kick somebody out. Who's this? It's text call. He has blessed me. Right. How do I block somebody from my live? Because somebody is in here trying to sell somebody cryptocurrencies. But can the options be profitable? Absolutely. It's just like the side bets. There's people who kill it. Like you can make thousands of dollars on side bets every day. You know what I'm saying? So there's people who kill it. Doing options. Options trading is actually a very viable way to make some income. So absolutely, it's absolutely. Um, let's see. We can definitely do that out here, except BK Perspective says, except out here in America, we can definitely do that out here. So I don't see what you're saying. See you later, folks. Have a great day. The link, that's the link to the land in Georgia. Did you DM'd me or you sent it to me? A great way to explain option. I understand it now. Fast shouts, you know what I mean? Love the options class. I'm telling you, I'm about to write a book. You know what I mean? Push pay trips. Push pay trips. Pay double. Facts of that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're gonna do an option books using craps, using CeeLo. So I can teach y'all how to do. Nope. The Freedom Georgian Initiative. All right. So yeah, send Noble Phillips. Send that to me in a DM, because after this is over, I might not be able to see it. BK Perspective says, what do you think about creating our own city town concept out here in America? We could. Oh, that's what you're saying. I think that's possible. I think it's possible for sure. I mean, honestly, you think about, I know people are not really big fans of Kanye, but that's what Kanye's doing. Kanye has bought 1,000 acres and he's building like his own city. And so people have called it cultish, you know what I'm saying, because it's like a cult. But imagine if all of us did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if we all invested in not invested in a way where we give the power to one or two people, right? Where we invest our money to build this town and we let the people, one or two people do it. But what if we all just collectively created like wanted to create a town, and we buy, you know what I'm saying, like 1,000 acres somewhere. And depending on where you buy it, you know what I'm saying, it might not be that expensive. And you build your own stores, you build your land, you know what I'm saying? Like that's very doable. You know what I'm saying? Like that's very doable. You know what I'm saying? Chris Love Music says we need our own state. I believe that as well. You know what I'm saying? And so fast shout to, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam have always been, lobbying for Texas. Like, yo, give us Texas. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's doable. I definitely think it's doable. I think that there are people who have laid the groundwork for what that would look like, what the plans would be. And it's just a matter of execution at this point. So I definitely think that's possible. All right, I think I knocked this out in a good amount of time. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't got no more questions, you know what I'm saying? Bangaroo Party of Three says, do you bring guests onto the Ashcast show? I haven't yet, because I haven't figured out how to do it. I haven't figured out how to like multitask or multicast guests. I tried to do like a special podcast once a week, but it wound up being too much work. And so that's why I stopped doing that. I don't know. It's, I may start to do it, but right now, I don't have the right, platform to start bringing in guests. So, all right, y'all. I think this is it. I think we're about to wrap up, y'all. If y'all got any questions or concerns or anything for me, but I do think, that's why that's what Greenwood did in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They had everything in their community, did not need to go anywhere for anything. Exactly, and I think that we could definitely rebuild that. I think that we could learn for what happened in Tulsa and figure out how to do it ourselves, how to create our own security structure, right? So our own police force, all that stuff. But I definitely think that that could happen for sure. What else we got? Please go to mailboxmoneyacademy.com, apply for our program, mindrightmoney.com. resources, is all the programs. My book course is still available, so check those things out. Nothing but space and opportunity in Texas. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. Texas might be a good way to a good place to rock out, a good place to start. All right, y'all. I think this is it. All right, y'all. Make sure you go to the ashcastshow.com. Subscribe to the podcast. Go to ashcasttv.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please continue to tell a friend to tell a friend. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me as always. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow in God's will. I'll see you tomorrow in God's will. Same time, same place. Peace. Peace and